Welcome to another edition of this week's Parashat portion. This week's Parashat is Parashat Naso. And in Parashat Naso we have the beautiful beracha of Birkat Kohanim. The Birkat Kohanim is unbelievable beracha that Sephardim in particular are able to take advantage of every day. Ashkenazim that are outside of Yerushalayim, they only say this on holidays. So let's give an explanation on particularly one word in the Birkat Kohanim. The beracha starts off, Yibarchecha Hashem v'yishmerecha. Hashem should bless you and safeguard that blessing. So Yibarchecha is talking about blessing with finances, with money. He should give us a lot of money, and that should be a great beracha coming from Hashem. V'yishmerecha, and let us hold on to that money and not lose that money. So Rashi points out over there that you shouldn't lose it by having somebody rob you, chas v'shalom, and take you in business and be dishonest with you, and you should not lose it that way. Now, let's go a little bit deeper. V'yishmerecha, if a father wants to give a son money, and he wants to give him as a present, he's going to give it to him and he's going to advise that son how to use that money and how to store it properly. Make sure you put it into this mutual fund or this stock, because he not only wants his son to keep that money and hold on to it and not make bad investments and bad decisions, he wants him to be able to grow that money even. So that's what we want from Hashem. We want Hashem to be that father that gives us the money, and not only just gives us the money and leaves it and here, do what you want. We want him to guide us in making the right decisions, in growing that money, and not only just keeping it status quo. We want to make more money with that money, and that is what we're asking when we say v'yishmerecha, safeguard and let us hold on to that money. Let us also grow that money with the right business decisions. Now, let's just make a statement that the Chafetz Chaim says this beracha is only going on honest money. If a person was dishonest in business and they made money from it, you make money. If you steal, you get money, right? But there's no such beracha on that money. There's no beracha that you're going to walk into Birkat Kohanim and say, yeah, Hashem, all that money that I stole from insurance fraud, from whatever it was, give me blessing on that money. Doesn't work like that. A person that steals money, the prophet Yirmiyah says, the person becomes wealthy without halakha v'lo mishpat, b'chatzi yamav yazbenu. That in half his days is going to lose it. It either means that Mefarshim say that he's going to lose that money in his lifetime, shortly in his lifetime, which is a horrible, horrible thing. Somebody that was very, very rich. I have a close friend that was very, very, very wealthy, and now he's broke. You would never want to be in that person's position. I'd rather be poor my whole life than to be very, very rich and drop down to nothing. So that's a horrible punishment. And also it says that the person might die early because they made that money dishonestly. So the beracha that we're talking about is only going on honest made money. So the first thing we said is that Hashem should make us not lose out by the money, by getting robbed. The second thing we said is that Hashem should safeguard that money and make us make the right decisions in how to keep that money growing and growing, because we all want our money to grow with us. Now, there's another person that really, really suffers. That's a person that's very wealthy, but he's extremely cheap. For example, I've heard, I never saw, but Warren Buffett, they say he brings a tea bag with him to the restaurant. How crazy. The guy has billions upon billions, but he can't let go of his money. So there's certain people, they're blessed with the money, but they're not able to watch over it properly and use it properly and benefit from it. It's almost like it feels like they're in jail, and they're better off having no money and living regular lives and getting by on a day-to-day basis. But these people, they suffer because they're trapped and they just have like a disease that they cannot spend the money. So we're asking Hashem that if you give us money, let us know how to spend the money and know when you should be savvy and be a little, frugal. And when it's not normal, and when you're being too cheap, let us know that balance and when to spend and when not to spend. Give us that beracha in v'yishmerecha. Let us watch over our money properly in how to use our money. The next thing is somebody that has a lot of money and they don't have a problem spending it. They spend. But there's certain people, when they spend their money, they spend it on such silly things that they end up suffering from it. What do I mean? For example, you have a guy, I have a friend, he has a fancy car, and anything that happens, he's always looking, did the guy bump me, did he not bump me? Whenever he goes to his car, he's looking, did he get bumped? He's suffering, always worried about his possessions. Why? Because when you buy very extra expensive items, you're going to have more responsibility. The Chafetz Chaim says there was a story of a guy who was an extremely wealthy man in Radin in the Chafetz Chaim's time. And the man bought his daughter for her wedding this coat. It was an overcoat, not something that she was actually wearing down the aisle. And the coat was sewn with diamond buttons. And he would laugh at this and he says, how silly can you be? He says, I have my coat, I'm not worried. If my button falls off, okay, I'll go get another button. If this guy's button falls off, a diamond was lost, he always has to be worried. Oh, is the button there? Is it tight? Is it not tight? Right? And not only that, if he loses the jacket, if I lose my jacket, okay, fine, whatever it is, $100, $200. This guy, if he loses the jacket, he loses the expensive jacket, he loses all the expensive diamonds. What a responsibility. That person that spends the extra amount of money and they go around, they have to be so careful with all their things. If they get a little stain, they're flipping out, right? That's suffering. That's not enjoying your money. Enjoying your money is spending a normal way, and where you can say, I can enjoy this item, and if it gets damaged, it gets damaged, right? So we're asking Hashem for all these things in the Birkat Kohanim when we say, Yivarchicha Hashem v'yishmerecha. V'yishmerecha, that I don't lose my money to dishonest thieves. Yishmerecha, that I use my money properly and I make sure that I am able to spend and I'm not so cheap. And the third thing is that we should benefit from our money not by buying these expensive things and then we have to suffer that we don't know how to use the item without being scared that it's going to get damaged and this and that, right? And also we said that it should be that we are guided properly, make the right business decisions to invest our money properly, and therefore we can grow our money. That's another way for V'yishmerecha. So we gave 4 different explanations for the word of V'yishmerecha in Birkat Kohanim. Maybe we can have this in mind a little bit the next time we say Birkat Kohanim. Yhi Ratzon that Hashem blesses us all with money and we get all the berachot of the Birkat Kohanim, and especially this word V'yishmerecha. Shabbat Shalom.